All right, we got 295, so we'll go ahead and we'll get started. So, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. In today's video, we're going to be diving into some panel discussions and some fundamental breakdowns, really jumping into the utilization of DeFi and how DeFi is the new wave and it is setting the pace for this new financial system, and DeFi will become the new normal. And I'm going to show you guys in today's video breakdown how right now we are on the precipice of living through and experiencing the biggest opportunity for life-changing wealth, yet the vast amount of individuals, due to mainstream influential distractions, are going to fumble the ball. We're going to be discussing and talking about the idea that people have in their head of selling their digital assets for fiat. And I'm going to show you guys physical proof that that is not the way to life-changing wealth. Banks and financial institutions are 110% coming heavily into this space, and they are fixated their attention on DeFi. I'm going to also prove my case by showing you guys that multiple Ripple executives are heavily fixated on DeFi as well, so that way you guys don't think that this is an opinionated perspective of mine. Again, here at CYPRX, we try to provide real valuable research, giving you guys insights from large institutions and reputable individuals in this space, non-biased and opinionated. So keep in mind as we progress through this breakdown today that success in investing, it always starts with a clear and disciplined mind. And here at CYPRX, like I mentioned, we focus on elevating thoughts and actions for lasting growth, not just short, quick fixes in this market, right? Spiking up your dopamine and becoming rich quick. All right. So if you guys enjoy this video breakdown, if you're watching this recording, do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. This one's going to be a very juicy one. It's going to be a little bit elongated. So with that being said, the recording, when I'm uploading this to YouTube, if you're watching this as a recording, I'm going to have to cut it into two parts because for some odd reason, if a video is longer than 30 minutes on a YouTube, it gets like no views whatsoever because obviously, of course, people's attention spans when they're watching something starts to dwindle away. So we'll cut this into two parts. So this will be the first part, and then we'll get into the second part once we start playing the Stellar video when they talk about DeFi. But I want to start this off by playing a video clip that Mr. Man had actually just posted on his X profile, I think like not even a couple of hours ago, if I'm not mistaken. Where Mr. Man said here in this post, because this is going to just set the tone for today's video breakdown. He said, where TradFi and DeFi converge, a non-traditional intermediary solution that offers DeFi, and he hashtag Stellar here. Then underneath of that, I'm going to play these two video clips back to back. He said, excuse me, congratulations to the pioneers willing to learn DeFi. You are the 0.00238 and some large scale number of the well, it's not a large scale number. It's a very minuscule, small number of the population in DeFi. We are the new 1%, 8.4 billion people and 200,000. I don't know what he meant by that. Maybe 200 billion in DeFi, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that's what he meant. Okay. So just take a second here. The reason why I'm attempting to set the tone with these video clips that Mr. Man posted in today's video breakdown is because once we transition, I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I personally do, and I did when I first came into crypto. Before I even became a content creator and a successful entrepreneur and six-figure investor, multiple six-figure investor in this space, I felt like there was this wall of influencers that you had to get through to wit out the noise. And that is still very apparent today. And you guys know what I'm talking about most likely, especially in the XRP community. If you go on YouTube right now and you type in XRP, my YouTube channel, Mr. Man's YouTube channel, Mr. Aqua's YouTube channel, Smoke's Twitter, all these influential researchers that do deep research, we're probably not going to be the first pages that pop up. What's going to pop up? All these price predictions, all these $30 targets for XRP, all these technical analytic videos of individuals using RSI, throwing up Fibonacci's, giving out random price predictions, telling you guys that XRP is going to only go up for forever. Again, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like there's this noise that you have to cut through to really dig in and get through the research. So obviously, of course, you guys have made it. You guys have cut through that noise. You've stumbled across CYPRX. You might have stumbled across Mr. Man. You've probably stumbled across Smoke, who is a phenomenal researcher. You've stumbled across Mr. Aqua. And so in today's video breakdown, I'm going to show you a glimpse of that. I'm going to show you that the mainstream influencers with literally hundreds of thousands of followers, in my personal opinion, are literally paid psyops to distract the masses from never achieving life-changing wealth. this mindset that everybody has, being so accustomed to the traditional financial system that we've been living through for the past, I don't know, however long you've been alive, it's hard now for people to transition to this new financial system where we are going to, in the future, have the ability to never have to sell our utility assets like XRP for fiat currency. And that's something that a lot of XRP enthusiasts and holders and any individuals in this space don't understand, is that we are headed into an environment where you are not going to have to sell your utility assets for fiat to create life-changing and generational wealth. You're going to be able to lend, borrow, and provide liquidity with your digital assets. And I'm going to physically show you guys proof right now that mainstream influencers are distracting the crap out of people, and that Ripple representatives and executives in key leadership positions are the ones telling you all this, that this is possible. And then I'm going to get into an institutional breakdown showing you guys that not only are lead executives and representatives from Ripple telling you this, but also our financial institutions telling you this. And then we're going to end this call with a video clip from Stellar Development Foundation that they just posted at their Meridian conference that took place, where they're talking about DeFi, and they confirm that traditional financial players are already adopting DeFi. They're already educating themselves about DeFi, and they already have their hand in DeFi. So once you guys get through this portion of today's video breakdown, you guys are going to really be enlightened to see the potential that you have as an investor in this space early on. And to hopefully, my goal is to shift your mindset from thinking of price targets, especially when it comes to XRP. I'm going to use that throughout this call as an example, because that's what we're going to fixate our attention on, the DeFi and the XRPL. Instead of thinking of selling your XRP, right? Think about it. You've worked so hard, however many years or months you've been involved in crypto. You've been buying crypto with fiat currency, knowing, I know 100%, every single person on this call, 611 people, know for a fact that the traditional financial system is decaying, that fiat currency is declining at a rapid pace, that every single year they devalue our currency by printing more and more money. And you've been working so hard to take your fiat and turn it into XRP. And now all these mainstream influencers have you manipulated into believing that life-changing wealth will come from selling your utility asset, like the digital asset XRP, back into the traditional financial system for fiat. Come on now, people. We got to wake up together as a community, and we have to create the mindset shift. And if I'm the only one doing this, which right now, myself, Mr. Man, individuals like Smoke and Aqua, we're the only people talking about this, okay? It's going to take a lot longer than it should for this transition to really come into fruition. So we need to work as a team together. How can you do that? You can support platforms like ours. You can join like-minded communities like mine, Mr. Man's, Smokes, who all have private discords, who all put out good, valuable information to steer and lead you guys in the right direction. Or if you don't want to get through our paywalls, you can just smash that thumbs up button and you can subscribe to our free platforms like on X and YouTube. Okay. And that'll help boost the algorithm, and it'll help push this information out to more like-minded individuals like yourselves that need to hear this. I'm telling you guys right now, stick around for the entirety of this call, because you need to hear the information that I'm going to go over today. So we're going to start here. We're going to set the tone with Mr. Man's videos, where he talks about pioneers willing to learn DeFi. Let's play this first video clip so you guys can listen. And then we're going to go back to back and play this one. Just listen to how they're talking and discussing about DeFi.
I've always thought DeFi will be this backbone infrastructure for the future of finance. And if we think of how many users are in DeFi today, 100,000, 200,000, there's a couple million on OpenSea buying NFTs, but there's only a couple 100,000 really in DeFi today. DeFi, I think, goes mainstream when it can power the next large fintech-like apps, or that we think of fintech today as, but it can power the end user. And that end borrower will KYC or may show their identity to get access to capital to do something. Those who have been able to get access to capital in DeFi today have had a good amount of crypto already. They borrowed over collateralized, or they're a large institution. So I think you're going to see an interesting divide where capital will continue to move in these different bands, but that end borrower, the minute you get into under collateralized DeFi, will be doxxed or KYC'd in some way, just from a protection.
Okay, I see what Mr. Man meant in this this post where he said 200,000 in DeFi. So he's talking about the very small amount of individuals that are in DeFi. So think about it, right? You're in crypto, you're in XRP, right? And you guys probably already know the statistics of the lack of XRP holders out there in the crypto ecosystem in general, or just in the population in general. 8.4 billion people, and you guys heard the small amount of people that are actually involved in DeFi. So not only are you in crypto, but if you're in DeFi, you're in even a smaller percentage of the individuals that are in crypto in DeFi, if that makes sense. Okay, so you are a true pioneer if you're understanding and learning that your digital assets are assets that even if you're not utilizing them now to earn you passive income, that's understandable, because a lot of people take a risk-off approach where they're a little bit skeptical. They still want more regulations to come into fruition before they deploy into DeFi. That's fine. But there is no excuse for lack of education if you do not know the power of the digital assets in which you hold and how you're going to be able to utilize them in the future after this next bull market cycle to lend, to borrow, to earn yield on them, so that you don't have to sell back into fiat. There's no excuse, okay? There's so many mentorship programs out there outside of CYPRX. I don't recommend them. I recommend you take ours, CYPRX, the Wealth 28 Club, to learn about DeFi. But still, there's no excuse for you to not know that this is possible. So here you see Mr. Man also posted where TradFi and DeFi converge. Let's just take a second and listen to this post as well.
Hong Kong dollar green bond. This is a small demonstration. We have a bigger one in Hong Kong, the 800 million Hong Kong dollar green bond tokenizations. So here and there, but you can see the intermediary, the supplier of these solutions. These are not traditional solutions for a bank using Fireblocks, Stellar. So these are the example that Web3 or crypto native companies and even startups are supplying the solution to traditional FIs. Another example in these, commodities, tokenizations. So examples are all there. We can all see the benefits. And, I think traditional banks takes time, but, we have faith in the technology that this is going to happen.
And that's coming from a traditional financial player. We have faith in the technology that this is happening, right? TradFi and DeFi converging. I cannot stress enough that now is the time to get educated on what's happening. So let's roll over. Like I said to you guys, okay, success in investing starts with a clear, disciplined mind. At CYPRX, we focus on elevating thoughts and actions for lasting growth. How can you stay disciplined, and how can you operate in these markets with a clear mindset when individuals in this space are constantly chucking out unrealistic price targets to you guys and unrealistic TA to you guys, and constantly telling you guys, pumping you with hopium, that price action is going to go up for forever? And even if price does hit these targets, they've embedded into your brain, these unrealistic researchers, they call themselves, or influencers, whatever, in this space, have manipulated you all into believing that life-changing wealth will come from selling XRP. Let's just use this guy as an example at $33. So this guy, and again, I don't want to call anybody out, but just so you can see what I'm talking about, and I don't know this individual personally, right? So I don't want you to think I'm attacking his character, but this is just garbage. And to me, this clearly represents a lack of education. And in my personal opinion, he is an embedded psyop who's paid by whoever. I don't know who is paying this individual, or maybe he's just an uneducated individual, but he is manipulating people into believing that this is the road to success. Will you hold XRP until $33? And you guys could probably go into the comments and you could probably read them, right? How many people are like, oh, no, I'm going to sell at 10. I'm going to sell at 20. No, I'm going to hold it till 50 and sell at 50. No, I'm going to hold it to 1,000 and sell at 1,000. Why the F would you sell your XRP for fiat currency, for a decaying fiat currency, for a declining, devaluating fiat currency, when you've worked so hard to accumulate probably one of the most valuable assets of our lifetime? Ask yourself that question. It's because you've been manipulated into believing that that is where life-changing wealth will come from. For example, here's another. I'm just going to go through some examples, right? These price predictions, they've manipulated you into believing that you're going to make life-changing wealth by selling in a fiat. Here's another just price prediction, $40 price prediction on XRP. People get excited about this, right? Maybe you hold 100,000 units of XRP. $40 price tag on XRP would significantly change your life financially, right? Now, again, I want to make things clear. For me personally, I will be selling out my initial investment into XRP. So for example, I just use this as an example. If I've invested over the past 7 years, 75 grand into XRP, If XRP ever reaches its all-time high or surpasses it, I will at least sell $75,000 worth of XRP to make my investment risk-free. But anything after that initial investment, I will be holding on to my XRP for a lifetime. I don't give a F what the price of XRP is, because it doesn't matter if it's 50 cents or $1,000 in the future. I will be able to utilize my XRP no matter what the price is in the same exact manner. And that is to lend, to borrow, to provide liquidity, to earn fees, to earn passive income. It does not matter what the price of XRP is. Stop thinking that the price of XRP matters. That is not how you're going to survive in this new digital reality that we are headed into. You are going to survive by utilizing your digital assets to provide you generational wealth in the form of passive income through the utilization of DeFi, people. Okay? Price targets and all of this bullshit does not matter. Please wake up. I'm telling you guys that this is a thing. And it's not me telling you guys this. I'm going to show you how this is high-end individuals at Ripple telling you this to be the case. Okay? Stop following people like this that are manipulating you into believing that life-changing wealth is going to come from fiat. In a previous video breakdown, I physically showed an example with statistics and percentages, breaking down someone that makes $1 million off of an XRP investment in the future. Let's say 5 years from now, they become a millionaire in XRP and they sell for fiat. What the decaying and the depreciation of that investment would be if they hold on to it in fiat for 5 years. They would lose over $200,000 just based off of the devaluation of our currencies alone. And I compared that example to someone that puts that money into stable coins that are earning yield, or into a liquidity pool that earns yield, right? Or earns fees based off of you providing liquidity. And in both examples, the individual that's earning on stable coins or providing liquidity with their XRP had 10 times the amount of money that the individual did in the example that I used for someone who sells for fiat. These people right here that are manipulating you and brainwashing you into believing that life-changing wealth is going to be coming from selling into the fiat traditional system, they're going to lose. I promise you that. And you are going to win because you got past the BS on the internet and you found platforms like ours here at CYPRX or Mr. Mans or Smokes, the individuals who are enlightening you about the possibility that you now have in this new banking system with your digital assets to survive long term. Okay? Don't follow these people. Block them, ignore them. Again, stay disciplined, stay focus oriented, and stay thought provoking, and stop being so fixated on price. Price does not matter because, again, it doesn't matter if XRP is $1,000 or $100. You're going to be able to utilize it in the same exact fashion. Now, like I said, yes, I agree. Sell out your initial investment so that way it becomes risk-free. But after that, why would you want to sell your XRP? Okay, so let's continue down this rabbit hole, and I'm going to show you guys how well this is aging. This is a post that I made on July 15, 2024, shortly after, because the AMM feature came live in March, shortly after the AMM feature became a thing. Last bull market, XRP, XLM, HBAR had no mature DeFi ecosystem helping them boost momentum like ETH did. That is all changed now for the first time ever. You've seen nothing but DeFi developments on the XRPL, Stellar, and Hedera. Buckle the F up. This ride will be different, utility, bull run, or not. The DeFi ecosystems alone on these three networks are about to explode in TVL over the next 8 to 12 months. Let me prove what it is that I said to you guys back in July. Okay. So this is another post a couple days earlier on July 11th that I posted, 2024. The dawn of DeFi, the future of financial markets. Check this out. If you did not go and read this when I posted this, DeFi Decrypted XRP Community's Transformative Journey. If you've been in the XRP community for a while now, you know most likely that we've never had the ability to lend, borrow, or provide liquidity with our XRP compared to ETH investors who for the past 4 to 5 years have had the ability to lend, borrow, earn yield on their Ethereum. And you guys can even go look at the TVL locked on DeFi Llama of Ethereum compared to the XRPL. Okay, it is minuscule. Right now, the TVL locked in DeFi Llama on Ethereum is probably like 60 or 70 billion, right off the top of my head the last time I checked. Okay, compared to the XRPL, it's only in the millions. It's only in the millions. So imagine if we get, I don't know, 40 to 50 billion dollars locked of TVL on the XRPL, what that's going to do for the demand of XRP over the next consecutive couple of years. And that's lowballing it, considering that Ripple is attempting to bridge traditional finance with DeFi. Okay, it's not me telling you guys this. Now let me get into the nitty gritty. Let me prove to you guys that this is not coming from a perspective that CYPRX woke up in the morning one day and created off the top of his head. I do research, and I have paid attention ever since making that post telling you guys that the TVL on the XRPL is going to increase significantly over the next couple of years. Every single representative from Ripple has mentioned and discussed and talked about DeFi this year. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I said to you guys in this post, November 17th, 2024, Future of Digital Assets 2024. This room holds the key to unlocking the next bull market. Do you guys see this? And who is this? This is Robert Mitchnick. Obviously, of course, used to work at Ripple. He is now the head of digital assets at BlackRock, speaking on stage with Boris Algan. Oh, gosh, I butchered the shit out of his name. Anyways, director stablecoin at Ripple, right? Talking on stage at this event that just took place recently, Future of Digital Assets, November 19th, 2024. So this is not, oh, this is actually tomorrow. This is tomorrow. This is taking place. Okay. Forgot the date because I don't really pay attention to the date anymore. But I just wanted to show you guys that because check this out. Mr. Man, shout out to Mr. Man, posted a video of Boris Allergent. I'm just going to call him Boris A because I'm going to keep butchering his last name. From Ripple. Look at what he says. He says DeFi is the killer app. So this is coming directly from a Ripple representative that is about to talk on stage with the BlackRock representative, whom also used to work at Ripple. Take a second here and let's just listen to what he has to say.
Hey everybody, this is Yannick Collins and welcome back to Oz Living. We are here at the Blockhouse for the Asia Crypto Week, and joining me today is Boris Allergent. He is the head of DeFi at Ripple. So Boris, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So Boris, you just played devil's advocate at that panel a while ago about DeFi. You said that we are early on at the DeFi and we are at the prototype phase, right? So how can we bring DeFi to the next level?
Yeah, to bring DeFi to the next level will require a couple things. So as I mentioned on the panel, I think DeFi is still missing that killer app, right? Borrowing and lending as it is done currently is very medieval, right? You have to collateralize borrowing and lending. That's not really efficient. That's not going to scale. People want to borrow in an uncollateralized way. So the only way you can do that uncollateralized is to actually do a credit review. Well, you can't really do a credit review and have anonymity at the same time. Perhaps maybe with decentralized identity solutions, that could be possible. So very much, we're still prototyping. We've shown that the technology works, right? You can do trades, you can borrow and lend, and ultimately you can create real businesses on top of it. But we haven't seen that next level that leads to that evolution.
Exactly. Great points. And a while ago, you actually raised the question, will DeFi replace banks or will the banks adopt DeFi? So what are your thoughts on that?
I think banks will clearly adapt DeFi, right? Ultimately, DeFi is a technological innovation and that creates efficiencies. At the end, as a consumer, I don't care if the trade is done through decentralized manner or centralized manner. I don't care how my yield is generated, as long as it's generated safely, as long as it works and it works efficiently. So it's going to eventually just be the background of any bank system. And there will be this amalgamation.
Wow, wow, wow. He literally just said it is eventually going to be the background of any banking system. He talks about yield, and he said that banks are coming to DeFi. This is, again, not coming from my opinion. I didn't wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to freaking just make all this up. I'm showing you guys that this is coming from Ripple representatives, okay? And again, these Ripple representatives, think about it. They're sitting on stage upcoming at events where they're sitting next to BlackRock representatives. I mean, oh my gosh, people, like the writing is in the wall. These people that are freaking manipulating you all into selling your XRP, the reason why, guarantee it, the reason why they are so heavily fixated on high-end price targets for XRP is because they don't hold a lot of XRP. Guarantee it. I freaking guarantee it, people. They are manipulating you into selling your XRP for fiat because they're trying to do so because they are broke-ass mother truckers. Broke-ass people want to get stuck back in traditional finance. People that want life-changing wealth understand the power of passive income, compound yield, compound interest, and that is I don't even know what to say. I like Tim Francis' post that he just had in the chat where he said, I will sell just enough to pay off my house. Absolutely. If you have debts, pay that shit off. If you have any outstanding obligations, pay that off. Your initial investment into crypto, pay yourself back. But outside of that, people, we are headed into an environment where we are our own bank. we don't have to rely on centralized financial systems anymore, especially for yield. Think about it. For the past, I don't know, however long you've been alive, in traditional finance, you've had checkings accounts and a savings account. In both of those accounts, you can earn yield. Now it's a very small percentage. And now for the first time ever, through the utilization of DeFi, those yields are increasing significantly. Or on stable coins, minimum yield that I've seen on stable coins, you can earn like 7%. That's way more than traditional finance. And that's just 7%. That's not even talking about high-end yield in stable coins that you could earn right now. All right. This is going to be the new normal, and I'm going to continue to bring this to people's attention. Not everybody's going to get it. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a lot of people that sell for fiat and get left behind once they realize that their fiat's going to continue to devalue at a rapid pace over the next consecutive couple of years. As they continue to print more money, it's just going to be a freaking never-ending cycle. And the individuals that tap in and generate passive income with their digital assets, you guys are going to be able to keep up with the changing tides. So for those of you all who didn't see, okay, I'm going to just continue to show you guys that Ripple representatives and high-end people are talking about DeFi. This was posted from Ripple directly on their X profile. You can see here November 14th. With RLUSD operationally ready, Ripple's president, Monica Long, recently joined the block to share the story behind Ripple USD. So this is an interview that the block did with Monica Long. All right, so let's just go in and look at what she said, because again, I want to show you guys that high-end representatives, i.e. the president at Ripple, is telling you this. Look at this. The integration of RLUSD is both additive and complementary to XRP. Monica Long also pointed out that RLUSD delivers value for developers too. The US dollar has long been the on-ramp for the crypto industry, serving as the primary means for buying and trading digital assets. By natively issuing RLUSD on both the XRP ledger and Ethereum blockchains, Ripple enables developers to tap into more use cases, particularly within the decentralized finance space, i.e. DeFi, where crypto stablecoins are a key ingredient. See right here, right? The upcoming deployment of RLUSD on the XRP ledger gives developers the foundation they need to build scalable, impactful DeFi applications, further expanding what's possible for the broader XRP ledger community. You guys see that? Right? So now I just showed you an example where an individual rep from Ripple is talking about DeFi and how banks are going to integrate into DeFi and how it's going to become the backbone of the financial system. Now you got the president of Ripple talking about DeFi in her most recent report from November 14th, where she was interviewed by the block. Okay, let me continue down the rabbit hole. Here is a fundamental piece from CoinDesk, where CoinDesk had Marcus Infinger write a report, and he says, and he literally, like, this was mind-blowing, honest to God, that Marcus Infinger said this. So you can see Marcus Infinger from Ripple. I don't remember what key role he plays. I think Ripple X or something like that. As blockchain offers, he said, by the way, this is directly from Marcus Infinger. You can go read this on CoinDesk.com. As public blockchains offer a path to a more productive financial system, the question is no longer whether institutions will adopt them, but how quickly this transformation will unfold. One thing is clear. This shift is not just redefining finance, it is laying the groundwork for DeFi to become a fundamental part of the global financial markets. That coexists with what this representative just said on stage from Ripple, where he said that DeFi is going to become the backbone and that banks are coming to DeFi, right? To continue my spiel, I said to you guys just recently in a post with 3 video clips attached. Okay. And again, no other influencer on the internet is posting video clips like this, spending hours watching these videos that nobody else does to post little tiny 30-second snippets for you guys so you can tap the F in. I said David Schwartz, Marcus Infinger from Ripple have both mentioned in the near future, XRP holders will have the ability to put their liquidity to work. The CTO of XLR also mentioned on stage with David Schwartz that he is excited about DeFi on the XRPL. People still don't see it. Mainstream influencers in the XRP community have everyone brainwashed into thinking that life-changing wealth will come from selling your XRP at $30 to $50 for fiat. They are dead wrong. Life-changing wealth will come to the individuals that understands how to use their XRP and DeFi to lend, to borrow, and provide liquidity to earn passive income for a lifetime. You used fiat to buy XRP knowing that the old system is decaying. And now all these influencers have manipulated you into wanting to sell your XRP back into fiat when XRP hits a certain price target. So many people are about to fumble the ball on generational wealth because they are following the wrong people. I'm just going to play these 3 video clips so you guys don't think I'm making this up. We have the CTO of XLR, we have Marcus Emfinger, and we have David Schwartz at XRP Las Vegas from this most recent year telling everybody freaking on stage that they're going to be able to utilize their XRP and liquidity pools. Take a second here and listen to these 3 videos back to back.
The one thing I'm most excited about happening on XRPL is finally opening up DeFi opportunities for for XRP. Right? Again, it's the biggest asset with one of the biggest communities that doesn't have DeFi, right? And being able to use this asset productively in DeFi, I think it's going to be a big thing. And then XRPL, Ripple obviously has a very unique edge when it comes
to some amazing stuff happening. So first of all, an automated market maker has been released very recently and voted in by the community. That one is going live, which will obviously also be a native feature on the protocol, which brings more security and user safety and allows users to basically, put their liquidity to work. So
like the more traditional market makers. Because the automated market makers are implemented on decentralized blockchains, you can participate in an automated market maker not just by trading with it, but also by a sort of the equivalent of lending in assets. So remember I said automated market maker has to have some USD so it can buy XRP whenever someone wants to sell it. And it has to have some XRP so it can sell XRP whenever someone else wants to buy it. And what an automated market maker does is it makes a return. It generates revenue from various different mechanisms, including spreads on its trades. And if you lend it your XRP or your USD or both, then you own a sort of share in the automated market maker and you benefit from the trades that automated market maker makes. And if you lend it your XRP or your USD or both, then you own a sort of share in the automated market maker and you benefit from the trades that automated market maker makes. Like the more traditional.
Right. So I know that those videos might have been a little bit hard to comprehend because they're sped up to 1.25 speed. However, they're talking about lending, they're talking about borrowing, they're talking about providing liquidity with your assets, with your XRP. And this is not coming from me. This is coming from freaking David Schwartz, one of the key XRPL engineers, right? This is coming from Marcus Emfinger, a lead representative at Ripple. It's coming from the CTO of XLR, whom we know is heavily integrated with Ripple, talking about how excited he is about the DeFi ecosystem on the XRPL because the XRPL has never had a DeFi ecosystem before, right? So you guys need to wake up again. This is the information that not a lot of mainstream influencers are going to show you because the mainstream influencers, they're not here to educate you guys. They're here to get paid off of YouTube and Twitter ad revenue for clicks and likes. Here at CYPRX, I don't give a shit about that stuff. Okay, if you guys went in and you saw my ad revenue from YouTube, you could clearly see that YouTube has me shadow banned. I barely make any money on freaking YouTube because they shadow ban me because I'm an influencer that actually puts out real valuable information that helps people. Right. Whereas if I were to change up my algorithm and just constantly give out dopamine fixed content where I'm constantly talking about the SEC bullshit or the freaking price predictions bullshit all the time, my algorithm would skyrocket and I would probably start making thousands of dollars on YouTube. But that's not the case because I don't care about that, because I care about people changing their life financially for a lifetime. Okay. And through the utilization of DeFi, you're going to be able to do that. And that's directly coming from Ripple representatives. Let's play some more because I have more. I literally have so many. So check this out. I said to you guys just recently, Jazzy Cooper, she is now the new head of Ripple's DeFi product, mentioned forward push for the EVM sidechain. The CEO of PureSys also in a recent video breakdown, the organization who is building out the EVM sidechain, mentioned how massive DeFi is going to be for the XRPL, considering how isolated XRP has been for the past few years. I said to you guys, pay attention. Stop worrying about XRP price. You will be able to lend, borrow, and provide liquidity with your XRP to earn passive income safely and securely very soon without having to sell your XRP. Why the F would any smart person sell their XRP for fiat trash? For now, keep accumulating and stop following idiot influencers who think the road to wealth and life-changing wealth is selling one of the most valuable assets in the world for fiat. Okay, so let's just listen to Jazzy Cooper. She talks about the EVM sidechain, and then the CEO of PureSys, I'm going to play that video clip where he goes on to say pretty much the same thing that XLR CTO said about how he's excited about DeFi and how isolated XRP has been. And for the first time ever, XRP holders are going to have access to DeFi. Take a second here and just listen.
Improve their products. And so we are big proponents of the XRP ledger, and there may be a solution in terms of building on XRPL mainnet. We have also been working in partnership with a company called PureSys on building out an EVM compatible XRPL sidechain. So that's fully EVM compatible and would allow developers to tap into a lot of the benefits of XRPL in terms of its durability, longevity, regulatory clarity on the token. So remain in the XRPL ecosystem, but still build with familiar rails that our EVM sidechain provides. So looking to spread the word on both of those areas.
Code, you can do it. It's designed for that, but you need to make a fork, and it takes a lot of time, and you need to make an amendment in C++ that needs to be in consensus with the rest of the network, and it's quite difficult, right? So there is like this Pareto law, so 20% of the use cases are still 80% of the usage, or probably more, but there is a long tail of projects or customizations that we are not allowing right now. So the points I'm more interested are probably in one side, DeFi itself. I think XRP Ledger, XRP token itself has been quite isolated. If you see it, it has about $2 billion volume daily. So it's one of the most traded assets in some of the most developed economies like the US, Japan, Korea. It's among the top 3 most traded assets.
Yeah, especially now, like when the status is finally clear.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think like the point is that if it had this adoption on this volume without being exposed enough to DeFi, I'm very interested in seeing like now, thanks to the interchain stack that will be connected to all the EVMs and Cosmos ecosystems, what people does with it. And in extension of what Aureli said, Ripple and the XRP Ledger will have now all this huge range of tokenized assets that will, I think, XRP Ledger will lead on that. And through all this interconnectivity, these assets will be able to be ported then to all the Cosmos ecosystem, to the EVM ecosystems. And there is a huge range of applications that can take benefit of that and create very interesting use cases on top of it.
Right. So one key takeaway I want you guys to mention, outside of them talking directly about DeFi use cases and how we're going to be able to utilize our assets in the future, I don't think a lot of people understand that are already in the DeFi space that have been heavily involved in Ethereum and Cosmos and Base and Optimism and all these other chains and networks and coins. XRP in the DeFi ecosystem right now is about to become the only asset with legal and regulatory clarity that can be utilized outside of stable coins that are going to get regulatory clarity. That's going to have regulatory and legal clarity. That is going to be massive, because as institutions come into the DeFi ecosystem, which now we're going to transition, and I'm going to show you how that is to be the case through documentation and panel discussions, they're going to seek assets to utilize in DeFi that have regulatory clarity. And as of right now, outside of some stable coins with regulatory clarity, if there are any off the top of my head, but XRP is going to be one of the only digital assets that has regulatory clarity that is going to be able to be utilized for now in the DeFi ecosystem. More regulations will come, and obviously, of course, more digital assets will become clear on regulations. But XRP, probably I'd say for about the first couple of months / years of heading into 2025, maybe after this court case is over, we'll have legal clarity. That is going to bring so much institutional volume to the XRPL, in my personal opinion, especially considering what it is that I'm about to show you. So now let's transition. Okay, I've proven to you guys so far that you have individuals on the internet in the influential space that have manipulated people into believing that some high price target on XRP and selling for fiat is the road to wealth. That is not the case. Hopefully by now you guys are starting to see that, and you save yourselves. Save yourselves by educating yourself on DeFi. You do not have to go and deploy into the DeFi ecosystem right now. That is not what we tote and talk about in the Wealth 28 Club. At the end of the day, it would be nice if you did on your own behalf, because you would start to earn passive income in the now. But I get that a lot of people are still on the sidelines when it comes to their own risk assessment. So with that being said, utilize the Wealth 28 Club, DeFi University, or other mentorships out there, or your own digging and your own research capabilities to educate yourself on DeFi. So that way, when you're comfortable and when regulations are clear, when you're ready to deploy your assets, you can. Education is power, only when implemented properly. All right. So educate yourself in the now.